close your eyes for a moment and imagine the soft sound of wind moving across an endless white landscape. Snow falls slowly, gently, covering wooden rooftops and frozen ground alike. The air is sharp and cold, but inside the long house, a fire crackles steadily. Tonight, we step quietly into a Viking winter, not as warriors or explorers, but as silent observers of daily life during the long, dark season. It is late afternoon, though the sun has barely risen above the horizon. In northern Scandinavia, winter light is brief and pale. The sky glows in soft shades of blue and gray. Frost clings to the wooden beams of the longhouse. Outside, the fjord is partially frozen, and fishing boats rest quietly along the shore, their sails stiff with ice. Inside the longhouse, warmth gathers slowly. The building is long and narrow, made of timber and turf. The roof is thick with sod, insulating against the cold. In the center, a long hearth stretches across the floor. The fire never truly goes out during winter. It is fed carefully, constantly. Without it, survival would be impossible. A Viking winter is not a time of raids or long voyages. The sea is too dangerous, the winds too fierce. Instead, winter is a season of waiting, of endurance, and of community. Families remain together for months. Farmers, craftsmen, children, elders all share this enclosed wooden world. Animal skins hang along the walls. Sheep wool blankets are layered over sleeping benches. The scent of smoke, wood, and dried fish fills the air. A pot of stew simmers slowly above the flames, perhaps made from salted lamb, barley, and stored root vegetables. Food must last until spring. Every bite matters. Listen closely. The faint sound of carving. One of the men is shaping wood into a tool handle. Winter is the season for repair. Axes are sharpened. Nets are mended. Ships are inspected and reinforced for the future thaw. Iron tools are precious and carefully maintained. In another corner, a woman spins wool into thread. The rhythmic motion is slow and steady. Textiles are vital. Thick tunics, cloaks, gloves, layers protect against biting wind. Clothing is practical but beautiful. Even in hardship, Vikings value craftsmanship. Subtle patterns are woven into fabric. Brooches of bronze fasten cloaks securely. Children sit near the fire, listening. Their world in winter becomes smaller, but also deeper. They learn stories, and stories are powerful in the long, dark nights. Outside, snow continues to fall. Wolves may move silently across distant forests. The darkness stretches for many hours in the far north. Daylight may last only a few brief moments. All lamps flicker softly once the sun disappears completely. Now imagine the evening settling in fully. The longhouse grows quieter. The wind outside hums low against the turf roof. Sparks rise gently from the hearth. It is time for storytelling. An elder clears his throat and begins to speak of Odin, the All-Father who sacrificed an eye for wisdom. The children listen wide-eyed as tales of Thor's hammer echo in the warm room. The myths are not merely entertainment. They explain thunder, winter storms, fate, and courage. In a world ruled by nature's extremes, mythology provides understanding. Perhaps tonight they speak of Ragnarok, the prophecy of the world's end. A great winter called Fimbulwinter that lasts 3 years without summer. Snow without mercy, cold without relief. For Vikings, winter itself feels like a reminder of this myth. Survival becomes a quiet act of strength. The firelight casts long shadows across carved wooden pillars. Dragons and serpents are etched into beams, symbols of protection and power outside. The northern sky may shimmer faintly with aurora light. Green waves dancing silently above frozen land. Some nights, silence dominates. No stories, no laughter, only the gentle breathing of many people sharing space. Sleep comes slowly in winter. The darkness encourages rest, yet the cold demands awareness. The fire must be watched. Embers must be protected. If you listen carefully, you can almost hear the subtle cracking of ice along the fjord. Days pass quietly in this rhythm. Wake in darkness. Tend the fire. Eat preserved food. Work indoors. Tell stories. Sleep again. The repetition creates stability. Winter also brings reflection. Vikings believe in fate, in threads woven by the Norse. Mysterious beings who shape destiny during long nights. People consider their own pox, who will sail in spring, who will marry, who will travel to distant lands. The harsh season strengthens bonds. Disagreements must soften. Isolation would be dangerous. Community ensures survival. Even neighboring farms support one another when snow becomes too deep. At times, storms rise suddenly. Wind howls fiercely. Rattling wooden walls, snow drifts high against doors. In such moments, the longhouse feels like a ship at sea, creaking, steady, resilient. Inside, everyone moves closer to the fire. And yet, there is beauty in this winter world. The quiet is profound. Footsteps in fresh snow make the only sound outside. The stars shine. Intensely in clear skies, breath turns to mist in the cold air. The world feels paused. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, days begin to lengthen. Just a little more light appears each afternoon. Hope grows gently with it. Winter is not only survival, it is preparation. It is memory. It is the foundation of spring voyages yet to come. Now, as the fire burns low and the longhouse grows silent once more, imagine yourself lying beneath heavy wool blankets. The air is warm near the hearth. The storm has passed. Outside, snow rests peacefully across the fjord. The long dark night continues, but you are safe inside. And as the northern wind whispers softly beyond wooden walls, you drift slowly into sleep carried by the calm rhythm of a Viking winter.